Let's move on to Jasmine Crockett. You hear the story about the security guard that worked for Crockett for years, who gets gunned down by the Dallas SWAT team, police department SWAT team? So here we go. Here goes the guy. That's Mike King. Turns out that's just an alias for Mike King. His name is that Mike King. He has many names. There he is. He's in the back there with the cap on. Here he is. Here goes his arrest record. Diamon-Mazairre Robinson. I think he was 39 years old. He has a series of arrests, but they're for like theft. Not for running guns, human trafficking, or anything violent at all. I don't know. It doesn't make sense. I saw this clip on Anthony Brian Logan. ABL's on his X. This is the body cam footage. There's a lot of body cam footage.
Hey, stop.
There is no gore.
Move your car. Move your car. Stop. Stop. Go.
I don't think he knows that.
All right, come on. Yeah. Hey, Sergeant, you roll through this light on us. We're continuing on. We'll stop when you want us to. We're back.
I don't understand why he didn't pull over there, but there's a reason. I wish we could find out what it is.
The state,
I'll keep my lights on.
by the station. He's just rolling through these lights on us. You sick? You have your lights on, right?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, he's not stopping. We've hit him plenty of times. He is northbound on Market, crossing Jackson.
He's just going to keep going through.
Someone pointed out that Mike King is his name, one of the aliases that he used. They say he was an illegal immigrant. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, no, he's...
Yeah, Sergeant, he's not stopping. He's to Maine. Looks like he's going through Maine. He's going through a red light. Do we have any coverts with him? I got it.
All I want you to do is like, hey, you exit the car.
So they have him pinned down in his in his hospital parking lot, garage, and they want him to get out the car and show his hands. And it gets crazy. I don't know what he was thinking. I have no idea. It don't make a whole lot of sense, fam. It's like he wouldn't comply. He's surrounded by officers.
Don't reach for it, don't do anything. And nothing will happen. Keep your hands up.
Anything I don't stand up, I'm standing around.
Ready? What's your first name, man? Mike? Get Mike. Come on, get out. Get out. Keep your hands up. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up. Put your hands up. Don't reach. Don't do it. Don't do it.
There's something in his hand. They say it's a gun. They show it later when he's no longer. There are multiple angles of this. It's like 5 officers. They all have different body cams active. This guy didn't have a chance. They're like everywhere. Here they go on the other side of him. He's on the other side of this wall. I don't know what he was thinking. I don't get it. Makes no sense at all, family. Okay, so Jasmine Crockett put out a statement to this, and it's long, okay? I'm not going to read the whole thing here. That's going to bore the hell out of you, but I will tell you this. Basically, they say they didn't know this guy was not who he said he was. Crockett confirms Robinson had helped provide security for years and said her team followed U.S. House procedure for contracting security. She said the fact that the individual was able to circumvent the vetting process for something as sensitive as security for congressional personnel highlights loopholes and shortcomings in many of the systems. And here's the deal, fam. I know it may be the end thing to blame Jasmine Crockett for this, but she's not the villain. Yeah, man, come on, guys. They hired a guy. They hired a guy who used a false identity, and he wasn't just fooling her and the staff there at the Crockett campaign or the Crockett office. He was also fooling cops, posing as a cop, saying he was a cop or U.S. Capitol cop, hiring cops in Texas to work different jobs in security. I mean, he was an enterprising brother. He forged a new identity as Mike King and ran a business placing real North Texas law enforcement officers in off-duty jobs. Some of those officers told CBS News Texas that Robinson told them he was a detective with U.S. Capitol Police. The agencies he claimed to represent, including special dignitary police, don't exist in the federal government. He made up a whole branch of policing. He just made it up. So this is not a story about the corruption of Jasmine Crockett. No matter how great it would be for your profile or your platform, that would be a dereliction of duty because that's not the case, okay? It's a story about how a guy got away with bullshitting everybody. And the real story I would love for us to get to, if we don't spend it all beating up on Jasmine Crockett on this thing, is like, why do you want to die for it? Yeah, man, fraud is not 20 years or 10 years. Like, he posed as a cop. It's not I don't know the charge for posing as a cop. Maybe defrauding the U.S. government. I mean, how bad could it be? Okay, I wanted to find out how bad it would be. What are the charges would be? Jasmine Crockett, former security officer killed by Dallas SWAT, was allegedly defrauding and posing as a Capitol Police officer or some other law enforcement. How serious was the potential charges if convicted? His name was Diamon-Mazairre Robinson. So it looks like he was facing 2 to 10 years, depending on how the charges would land and if there was a fraud enhancement based on the amount of money that he made. It depends. But 2 to 10 years is what it looks like Mr. Robinson or Mike King would be facing. A convicted felon created a fake federal agency. He used fake credentials. He hired real police officers and got close enough to a sitting member of Congress to be her primary security for years. For years. Primary security. Now I'm wondering. And I know this is me being messy right here. I ain't the only one thinking it, right? How primary was he? Know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. I'm getting bodyguard vibes. You know what I'm saying? You know, Kevin Costner, Whitney Houston. I know that's messy. I know I have no evidence of it. But the word primary showed up. You know what I'm saying? The stolen license plates are what gave him away. So this is a systemic failure story, not a Jasmine's corrupt story, unless you find evidence to that. Until then, this is a false identity story. And also, what does it take to run security in the Congress? It'd be a dereliction of duty for the Congress people, for real, for real. Well, for the checks and balances of our congressional oversight of such matters. Yeah, because I know if they find out that you're giving money to a friend, if you're doing something crooked, they're quick to roast your ass for that. But what about making sure people are who they say they are? I mean, if the guy's a felon with multiple charges, and I'm not saying he wasn't a good guy, but he could have not been a good guy because he was an unlawful guy. He was doing criminal activity. Whether he was a good guy or not, he did criminal stuff. And one of those things, what if he decided, maybe I'll kidnap a congressperson? I don't know. Maybe that's not him at all, but I'm just saying. He died in a hail of bullets. It's weird. It's weird that that's the way you want to, How was he able to have a job for years, being a primary security, and hire other cops and make up a federal agency? And then only because he had a bad tag, it all comes tumbling down. That's a hell of a story. And Jasmine Crockett, at the very end of this letter, she's like, this released by her office. They're like, hey, this could have been a great redemption story because it's to them and he turned his life around. He was doing a legit business, providing security. He was hiring, he was running a business. I forget the name of it. It was like police services business, off-duty cop services or something. And it appeared to be legit. People were being protected. I don't know.
Catch Tim Black live on the most dangerous show in America, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Times. Don't miss out on the real. Stay dangerous.